Hey everybody, Joe here from wellnesspunks.com, back with another Q&A Friday video. It's a beautiful fall day. I hope everyone's enjoying the fall weather. If you live in a place that has fall weather, I love it. I love this. It's like my favorite time of year, other than spring. Anyway, I've got an awesome question today. A little bit different, but it's so good that actually I'm going to want you guys to chime in a little bit and let me know what you think and what you would tell this person. So this question comes in from someone. She asked me not to use her name, but I will just give you a brief sort of synopsis of what her situation is. About 2 or 3 months ago, she was diagnosed with gluten sensitivity. She had been suffering with a variety of symptoms for many years, digestion and anxiety, depression, some skin issues, and some fatigues, things like that. She found a pretty good functional medicine doc in her area. She's in Florida, and was diagnosed with non-celiac gluten sensitivity. Went on a pretty solid gluten-free diet for a couple of months, and within 2 weeks actually she started feeling a ton better. But her problem is her in-laws are not on board with this. They don't have her best interest in mind here. They think that it's all in her head. They think that she's nuts. That the gluten-free thing is a fad. And every time her and her husband go over their house, there's always just a huge array of gluten-filled foods, and they give her a really hard time if she doesn't eat what the family is eating. It's bread, pasta, pizza, whatever, whatever junk food, coffee, cake, and donuts. And she feels like she goes over there and they purposely have extra junk food there, and they give her a hard time. It's really weird. It's really bad. I felt really horrible for her. My initial reaction was, I told her that first of all, I asked her, is her husband on board? Does her husband have her back? And it was kind of wishy-washy, to be honest with you. He was kind of like, glad she feels better, but at the same time doesn't want to disappoint his parents, and kind of goes along with the joke when they're at the in-laws house. And this kind of, be honest with you, the whole situation kind of pissed me off. But when they're there, he sort of sides with his family a little bit, and she's really not sure what to do with it. My initial advice is that you need to really sit down and have a very serious conversation with your husband, and he's got to have your back on this. Like, he absolutely has to have your back on this, because this is going to be a really difficult situation if you have to deal with this on your own without his support. Not even just with his parents, but with your own personal life in your own home, with your own your own situation outside of dealing with your in-laws. Your husband's got to have your back. So that's the first thing. Like, you've got to really sit down with him and say, this is my life. This is the way it's going to be, and he's got to have your back. And then once you cross that bridge, once you tackle that issue, then you both, the two of you, have to sit down with his parents and have a similar conversation. You and your husband have to be on the same page here, and your husband has to have your back. He has to support you on this, and he has to be able to stand up to his parents and say, look, this is my wife's decision. I kind of, one of her symptoms is that she was really irritable and tough to be around, and now she's not. And so your husband has to be able to say, look, I just like being around my wife more now that she's gluten-free, now that she's eating this way. And I like that she's not sick all the time, and I like that her stomach doesn't hurt all the time, and she's just more pleasant to be around. And this is the way it's going to be. And he has to be able to stand up to his parents and be a man, stand up to his parents, and have your back. The third thing is, if your in-laws are going to continue sort of making fun of this situation, then you've got to kind of give him an ultimatum saying, look, if you don't have my back here, if you're going to keep putting this food in my face and making fun of me and not believe that this is a real situation that I'm dealing with, then we're just not going to be able to visit anymore. So I think that that's the way I would handle it, and I think that's the way it really just needs to be handled. But I want to get everyone's advice on this. I think she wants to hear input from a lot of people, some more practical real-world advice here from maybe, you know, from people who have dealt with this similar situation, or even if you haven't. Do me a favor, go over. I told her to watch out for this video on the website. So go over to wellnesspunks.com. I'll leave a link here. So if you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, head over to my website, wellnesspunks.com, and leave a comment below this video. Just tell her what you think that she should do. Give her maybe some real-world advice. Give your opinion on this subject, and hopefully we can get her some good solid support here. You know, if our family's not going to support her right away, maybe she can get some support from this community. I'd really appreciate it. So thanks guys for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.